Welcome back.
I think people should be prouder of our ability to forget things, because we're very good at it. It's a glaring human talent. Like the one about the father who calls his son long distance, but it's such a long distance that the son has forgotten he has a father and he won't come to the phone. I have forgotten who the river is named for here, and the name of the mine, and all their days and their nights, the day of night, the evening of the moon, it's all gone, just like dear old Dad. But everyone remembers the picture of a little boy standing on Mary's head, and for that they come, and they come from miles around to see the gallows and to touch it. And for a nickel, you can go into Charles Winmer's IRVINVILLE Museum, and after you kiss one of the tusks for luck, make sure you don't leave without a hat or a shirt or a pin with Mary's hanged silhouette emblazoned on it. These people are scared of elephant ghosts, men in the woods with baggy pants. And so, Luke Pendergrass, he is digging cellars into basements into bunkers, connecting the town through a series of tunnels, expanding the mine, and when something does collapse, as it must, no one is hurt because of Luke. He is IRVINVILLE's #1 boy. Now, as for me, I like living in the tree above all the dark, swirling clouds. I don't even mind having to hold my breath when I come back from work every day because the sunrise is here. They're like you wouldn't believe. Listen, downstairs, the train is about to leave the station. Mervyn Blurgis is about to go off to his shiny new job at the Capitol, and half the town has come to say goodbye as the newspaper man is sworn in.
We got this comic one of the boys at the works drew up. You know, pictures and panels and such. The Adventures of Birdman and Bugface. We'd act it out with each other just about every other night, different people playing different parts. I like being Bugface.
Charles Winmer, he steps up onto an apple cart on top of the train platform and attempts to address his audience. That's your
I don't want to do Winmer.
It's your cue.
I like Bugface.
You will be
But
Bugface
Winmer
later.
stinks.
Boo! Said the crowd. Boo!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct and humble honor to be granted the office of IRVINVILLE's 24th mayor. It is following the footsteps of a man such as Mervyn Blurgis is a tall order, but I promise that I will do my darndest to help make IRVINVILLE the utopia we all know it can be, and to serve this town and the people in it to the best of my abilities.
They are not looking at him. They are looking past him and above him. A darkness begins to overtake the crowd. Winmer feels a shadow slide up his spine. He turns, and there, just cresting over the top of Cooper's Ridge, a jet black cloud begins avalanching down towards the town.
The people of IRVINVILLE are struck dumb, jaws slung open, eyes wide.
Wider than wide, their pupils are dilated past the reaches of their eyes, their lids, their faces. Their bodies are wrapped in black pupils, absorbing this terrible darkness as it pours upon them. And they don't start to run until the wave crashes over the factory, over the school, over the steeple of the church, and then they flee. Doors are shut, lamps are lit. IRVINVILLE is lost to itself.
Turn the page.
Stay in it and see it. Luke is at home. It's noon, he's cleaning his dishes at the sink. His eyes go blank as he looks up and out the window. He sees dark clouds out there, and he sees fire in the clouds, and he smells rot and burnt, and boom, boom, boom! He drops the plate, and it shatters into 3 pieces on the floor. A bird bursts through his front door, wearing a great cloak and carrying a lantern. "Luke, thank God you're here. but Luke is already at him. He's got him up against the wall, and he's going at him with a shard of plate. Luke, Luke, take it easy, it's me. He pulls off the bird mask.
Dr. Rotondo!
It's me, Luke.
What?
Do you still have your gas mask?
What?
Your gas mask.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, go get it.
What?
Now!
He runs through his bedroom closet, his rucksack is right where he left it, his gas mask is still in the front pocket, still stinks. He runs back to the kitchen, and Dr. Rotondo is stuffing sprigs of rosemary and cloves of garlic in his leather beak.
Oh, it's a mess out there, Luke. It's a real shambles.
Oh, what's happening?
I don't know. Could be some storm, it could be under attack, or it could be the apocalypse.
I don't understand.
Outside, Luke, look.
And outside, all he sees is black, a steady clinking against the glass.
Mask work? All right, good. Tie this end around your waist.
What is that?
I don't know, Luke. I haven't a clue. But it doesn't matter. What matters is there are people out there who are stuck in that soup. Listen.
And through the clinking, muffled by the screaming wind, they make out faint cries for help.
Where's your wife?
I don't know.
Well, you lead the way.
This part they don't say much. It's just panels. They step out into darkness so thick they can't see their hands in front of their face. It's drawn in harsh pencil scratches. They find some kids hiding under a tarp under the gallows, and Luke wraps them up and carries them home to their parents by feel. They find his wife crawling along the road, blind and hacking, and they have to take her home where the doctor stuffs a spoon down her throat and pulls out a bloody clot of resin before she starts breathing okay. They find some kids passed out in a drainage pipe.
That was you.
Yeah, they said that I was one of them. I don't really remember. The doctor, he passes out and goes away, and Luke has to carry him home.
Oh, stupid mask. I never should have presumed that would work.
What do you need? One of your old things?
Yeah, the desk, the lower drawer, there's a green bottle. It's small.
This?
That. Yeah.
What is that?
It's morphine. Would you like some?
No.
No, well, I don't mind if I do.
Easy, Doc. I might need to bring people back here.
Oh, nonsense. You've done enough. More than enough. You've done exemplary.
I just did what you told me to do.
Oh, how many people did you just carry, Luke?
I don't know.
23, Luke. 24, including me.
There are more.
Now, there always are. Always are. All right. All right.
Oh, easy. Not you, Doc. You're done. You rest now.
In the drawer, there's a brown jar.
Oh, this?
Yeah, a couple snorts of that gives you some pep.
I'll be fine, Doc. Really. Take it easy, okay? I've got to go back out there.
You don't, you know. But you are old enough to make your own decisions. All right, the kitchen cabinet at the top shelf.
No drugs, Doc.
Oh, shut up. Take a glass and drink some water. You must be thirsty, Luke.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
We know now that this was not the apocalypse. This was, in fact, it was a temperature inversion. It was caused by a low pressure system.
It's a normally innocuous weather pattern that, given Irvinville's distinct geography of being a bowl-shaped hill valley, it proved fatal for many.
The smog that normally blew over the town was instead pushed down into it, where it blew violently and blackened everything for about 5 days.
The day would be coined by Charles Windmer the Day of Night.
Which doesn't make a lot of sense, because 5 days.
But the name stuck.
Now, it is important to understand these people were terrified. terrified, and they were looking for any explanation possible.
Yeah, the curse of Mary, divine retribution, wrath of the Methuselah tree. People are lost to their reasons, but one person sees the truth clear as day.
There you are.
Something wrong, Bob?
Blick fired me.
What?
Son of a bitch.
What happened?
Are you deaf? He fired
No,
me.
I heard you. Why?
Let's get out of this place. It's making people sick. It's killing people.
You said that to Mr. Blue.
Well, I didn't have to. Now, come on, get your...
No, Mom.
I'm not
Mom,
asking,
you're
Jackson.
acting crazy. You're not thinking straight.
I am not crazy.
No, I didn't say you were.
I am losing
but
my
Mom,
patience.
I can't just quit. Thanks to you, I'm now the sole provider for the family. That's you, me, Ellis, with her medical bills, and Hannah, the baby when it gets here. That's all on me now. You left me no choice, Mom. I'm not about to come home today and tell everyone we got no money coming in.
Jackson,
No, thank
Sallow,
you.
this is the last time I'm saying it. You're coming with me
No.
right now.
No.
No, you are coming
No.
with me right
No.
now.
Stop! Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's just my son is acting like an idiot.
But you're not hurt.
I'm fine.
Good. Go home.
Good, good. You are doing exceptional.
Huh?
You're a natural.
Natural what?
Never mind. Excuse
Whoa,
me.
Mary, I asked you a question.
Excuse me.
What are you talking about?
Excuse me.
Mary,
You're
stop.
on, Jackson.
On what?
It's your cue. Excuse
Whoa. Can I help you with something?
me. No. Excuse me.
Whoa. Where do you think you're going?
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, you're the mayor of Windbag.
Winmer! Charles Winmer! And yes, I am the mayor. I have urgent business with Mr. Blake. So if you will just...
What kind of business?
Important, of the utmost importance, I would say.
I'm sure you believe that.
Look, all right. This involves you two.
What do you got there, Mr. Mayor? A ball of tar?
I got this from Dr. Vertondo. He pulled it out of the lung of one Reginald Gates. Did you know Reggie?
Yeah, we was like brothers before he,
Right. This is what got him. Do you know what it is? It's zinc. Dr. Vertondo, he's pulled a dozen of these out of people all over town. Now he needs to see this. He needs to know. I mean, he either sees it now or he reads about it in the paper tomorrow.
that ain't zinc.
Well, it's not pure zinc, it's
I
fine
work
product.
with zinc every day. You think I don't know zinc when I see it? Well, Mr. Mayor, let me give you a little lesson in metallurgy. Zinc is silvery, gray light. This any idiot can see is black, jet black, black like the sky these days, black like ink.
Hmm?
You want to know where I think this is coming from? I think this is what you're spewing into the air for your paper. Yeah, you got black under your nails and on your knuckles. You buy ink by the barrel full and all of a sudden people start dying with lungs full of sticky, inky black stuff. Now, I know I'm a mathematician, but that sure adds up.
That is beyond
Here,
preposterous.
give it to me, I'll make sure
Ah!
You hit me.
Oh, it serves you right.
You hit me.
Yeah, dude, keep quiet or I'll give you something really
Oh,
crappy.
yeah? Okay, come on.
Okay, you good for nothing little rascal.
Let go of me.
Oh, all right, if you say it.
Yeah, and he throws me down the stairs. Must have come to his senses because the boys turn and start charging at him.
Winmer, he jumps off the edge of the catwalk and he scurries out the door.
Like a coward.
Well, that's what they say.
They do say.
Yes, but what really happened?
What? I threw myself down those stairs, Mary. Made it look like he was roughing me up and did the tossing, but it was all me.
But what they say is...
Windbag did it.
Windbag did it. The next day, Blick wants to talk to you and you get to go to his office. You enter in a hatch through the floor. It's a lavish room at the very top of the works with a jungle green carpet and windows all the way around. Although there's not much to see.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes. Jackson, come in. That was a very brave thing you did. Boy, wrestling with a man twice your size, you're unharmed.
Nothing I can't handle, sir. That windbag, though, is unhinged. I don't like him.
Why not?
He's unreliable, sir. Doesn't get things done. He's always, so concerned with his paper and his museum. It's like he cares more about preserving the past than creating the future.
I don't like him either.
Well, why don't you like him, sir?
Because he's no fun.
Very good, sir.
His print shop and museum was burned down last night. That wasn't you, was it?
No, sir. I saw it, though.
You saw who did it?
No, I saw the fire. Smoke from it. Never seen such darkness blended right into the sky.
Good, Jackson. That is very good. I'd like to show you something.
Okay.
Come.
Into the closet?
Oh, this is no closet. This is an elevator.
You've got an elevator in your office? Where's it go?
It goes down. Jackson, what is a man's job? What would you say makes a man?
Strength?
Strength, that's good, yes, because a man must be strong, not just of body, but of mind as well. And that is, of course, because a man must. He must protect his home.
Right, yes, of course.
Yes. If a bear comes into your house, what do you do, Jackson?
Shoot it.
Yes. If a man comes in,
Kill him.
Yes. If someone wants to hurt someone or something that you love,
Stop him.
And how far would you go to protect them?
As far as necessary?
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Sure and sure.
What is your home, Jackson?
I live at 135 Milton Avenue, but lately I don't know.
Well, I know just what you mean. Ah! Here we are.
Whoa. What is this place? Another office?
Oh, it's just a little something I had Pendergrass whip up for me.
Bugface? What? No, nothing. Sorry, sir.
Don't apologize, son. Never apologize.
Yes, sir.
I come down here to get the good work done, the real thinking, away from all those whiners and weaklings and naysayers, especially the protesters.
The air smells good.
That is a state-of-the-art air filtration system I just had put in.
Is that the elephant?
Oh, that is the hide of an elephant. It is unfortunately not the elephant. That hide was too irretrievably damaged to be recovered. I bought this from a friend of mine. It doesn't quite fit the bill. Still, it keeps the clown away. Would you like it? Sit down, son. Would you like a whiskey?
Yes, sir. This place is huge.
Oh, this place is just the beginning. I have plans for this. I'm thinking, Jackson, what about a stage over there with room for a band? Maybe a jukebox in the corner, swimming pool, wood-fired oven, the works.
It's beautiful.
Yes. Yes, it is. Now, you were telling me about your house.
Right.
And yet, I asked you about your home.
Sir?
You understand.
Yes, sir. My home is my family. Mom, Alice, Hannah, the baby when it gets here.
That's it?
I don't know, sir. Mom's been acting strange for a while now. And Alice can barely get out of bed these days. I'm spending more time at work than at home, and when I get home, everyone needs something from me. Always something.
And a baby on the way.
Yes. Sometimes I feel more at home at work.
Well, what if I told you, Jackson, that the works is your home? I like to think of our little operation here not as a business, but rather as a family. You've got your brothers and your sisters working next to you in the factory. You've got your cousins down in the mine and in the quarries, and the people to whom we ship our zinc, they're like an extended family, second cousins and such.
Would that make you like a father?
Well, I prefer to think of myself as an uncle.
Well, Dad,
a fun uncle.
Dads give life, right, and provide. That's you. I mean, you gave me the job, you give me the money.
The factory gave you the job, just as it did me. The factory pays you money.
So the factory is like a dad.
Yes, I suppose so.
And yours.
Well, I have a father, and that is the town of IRVINVILLE itself. Your grandfather, in a way, Jackson.
Oh, right, of course.
Yes, and by your own admission, it's a man's duty to protect his family when they're in danger, yes?
Absolutely.
Well, they are in danger, Jackson.
I'll do whatever it takes.
The United States government is considering a contract with us to produce all the zinc required for coinage. That's nickels, dimes, quarters for the next 10 years.
Wow.
Yes. But there are forces at work in our home, Jackson, that seek to upend this groundbreaking deal. Labor's in motion to strip away the rights from our family. Things that are being said and written by people that we know. Slanders, rumors, again, people that we know, Jackson, saying that we want to destroy IRVINVILLE.
What?
Yes, people pointing the finger at me and at you, Jackson, saying, you're robbing us of our future.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, saying that you, Jackson, are killing innocent babies.
What?
You are killing innocent babies!
Oh, Mr. Blick, I ain't never want to hurt a baby in my life, period. For you, for me, for this town, Mr. Blick, if I find this lying scumbag, I will rip their throat out with my teeth, because they are the ones who are really threatening all of us. This town, my home, our home, my family. They're the baby killers, not me. The works is the lifeblood of this city. This place is the future. Can't they see that? Are they blind?
Jackson, be easy now. Be easy.
I'm sorry, sir.
What did I say about apologizing?
Right, I don't even know. I would say something like that.
Oh, someone very sick.
Very sick.
Sick. Someone overburdened by responsibility. Someone, a woman, perhaps, relieved of her job, left without a husband.
Oh.
Someone who is very sick. Someone who cannot get the kind of help they need in IRVINVILLE.
I can't hurt.
No. No. No one is asking you to hurt her. I would never ask anyone such a thing. I want to help her. I mean, she needs help, don't you think?
I do.
Yes, and don't you want to help her?
I do.
And don't you want to protect your town?
Of course.
Yes, I have a deal written here. It's for the breadwinner of the Sallow family, the man of the house. That's you, correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
It's all written out here. Go ahead. Give it a read.
I can't read.
And as Blick explains all the high-minded legal jargon, you listen, and then you put your pen to the paper, and he guides your hand.
She was... You can count on me.
Just like that, problem was solved. Catherine was taken away, the rumors were silenced, the organized disbanded, and Blick signed his contract with the U.S. government.
That's right.
That is progress.
That's right. In a few short years, IRVINVILLE becomes the largest zinc supplier in the world, and that's in spite of the naysayers, in spite of the windbag mayor, the doctor, the clown, the...
Remind me, what is so wrong with Galoots?
Are you kidding me?
No.
He's a curse. Always hanging around, loitering like. Everywhere you go, he's there. You walk down the street, he's there. Go for a stroll, you can't pass him, or you're going to pass him dangling from a light post or something, always just out of reach, and always just watching.
Yes,
never saying nothing.
I heard he made a home in the tree, correct?
That's what they say.
Oh, I think he did. I bet he has a wonderful life there.
Yeah, well, he sure mucked this place up.
How? By loitering?
People don't like it. They take it as a threat. I mean, you're smoking a cigarette and there's a clown watching you from the roof of the building. It's unsettling. And there's nothing nobody can do about it.
Why?
Because he's cursed, you deaf. Every time somebody tries to do something about it, he ends up fine and they end up not fine. There was the time some of the boys tried kicking him out of town, stabbed him something like a dozen times, he still walked off better than the boys. Frank Callahan never walked again. There was the time Max Swanson tried running him over with his car. Car hits the clown, clown goes spinning through the air like a frickin' pinwheel, somehow lands on his feet. Mac, though, loses control of the car, wraps the thing around a tree, poor guy, poor wife, really. I heard that he was shot, poisoned, tied in a sack and thrown in the river, buried alive, and just Attacked too many times to count, and every time he walked away just fine. The one that did it, though, the one that proved once and for all he was cursed, Al Pilson. Big guy. Clowns walking down the street, eating an apple. Al kicks open the door to his place. He's got one of those guns with the round part and the handle, you know, from the gangster movies. And he goes, "Hey, clown!" And he starts unloading them. And those guns create tons of smoke. So much, I can't even see him through it. Firing stops. Al starts jumping up and down. "I did it! I killed that damn clown once and for all!" And then we all hear that crunch. Smoke clears and he's just standing there dumb as the day he was born. Now, Al must have hit everything except for what he was aiming at. He hit one of the struts holding up the awning at the museum, had one of those roofs with the wavy-like metal. Must not have been secured very well because the strut snapped. The metal part slid off and... After that, people stopped bothering him.
Jackson! I can see Mervyn Burgess returning off the train with his hat in his hand and tail between his legs. Nevertheless, just on time. And I can see our windbag mayor rebuilding his print shop and museum, burned down again, keeps getting smaller and smaller. And I can see the clown dangling from the hanging bough, looking at me.
Mr. Blake,
Yeah?
do you believe in curses?
What do you mean?
You know, people say Irvinville is cursed. You know, the terrapin, the shakes, the darkening skies, nothing growing, smoke seeping up through the cracks in the mud. It's like everybody's got a secret or something.
Oh, what's your secret, Jackson?
Well, I can't say, sir. It wouldn't be a secret then.
Ha! Yes, very good. Shh. I first came to Irvinville because I heard it was cursed. Before that, it was blessed. Blessed to be in the shade of the great Methuselah. And then 92 souls are lost in the greatest tragedy the town has ever seen. And just like that, any remnants of Irvinville's natural blessedness are gone. It is doomed to mediocrity. It's destined to be forgotten. Because of one day. Until a man, heedless, plunges into the eye of the curse and he emerges with fistfuls of raw materials. With little more than a hammer and nails, he is able to turn the tide. No, Jackson, I don't believe in curses. Any mishap, whether it's a mine collapsing or an elephant mismanagement, that's just purely human error. What if I told you that I cursed Irvinville?
Did you?
That with my dying breath upon the gallows, I murmured a curse in an ancient tongue.
Did you?
And what if I told you that Roger cursed me?
Did you,
And
though?
who could have cursed
Answer
him?
me.
He deals with people from all over.
But did you?
What do you think?
I don't think you have it in you.
Oh.
It's one thing to step on someone, another thing entirely to put a curse on them, let alone a whole town.
Well, I'm sure you wouldn't.
All you did was bring terror.
I brought contagious terror.
Yeah, but that's no curse. Anybody can scare people.
Because
People are naturally scared.
Yes, people are naturally scared. And so you tell stories about these curses, about Hayes Irvin, about Mean Mary, about the tunnel girl,
He's a hero.
about the doctor.
Screw the doctor.
The doctor's a hero.
Screw the damn doctor.
He's been coming here every day. He's giving free medical checks to anybody who wants them. He's even curtained off a little corner of a room. Jackson Sarrow. In the year that I've been coming here, I've examined every employee in this place. Well, from Blick all the way down, except for one.
Next thing I know, he pulls me into the corner. I got my shirt off, and he's looking down my throat.
Good. That's good. All right. What happened here?
Cut. No work accident.
You're working with your shirt off.
Sometimes it gets hot. Ask anyone.
Are you having any shortness of breath?
No more than usual.
So, some.
I don't know. I don't know how other people breathe.
That's fair. How about night sweats?
Sometimes when it's hot,
Are you coughing?
No.
I mean, coughing anything up.
I don't know.
I mean, anything black or dark brown.
I don't know. What's it to you?
Jackson, I'm not your enemy here. If you're healthy, then great. My job is done.
Great, I'm out of here.
But if you are experiencing something, then I can help, and I would like to.
Like how you helped with Hannah and the baby?
She was too young for a child, Jackson.
Or Ellis?
Your sister was a fighter, and for her, I mean, I could do everything in my power, and then sometimes it's just never enough. These things, they do happen, Jackson. But if I can help you, I would like to.
I drink plenty of milk.
For the shakes, right?
Yeah.
The other boys have mentioned that. Does that help?
I don't know, maybe.
What do you know, Jackson Daniels, huh?
How do you know my name?
I was there when he was giving it to you and your sister, rest her soul. You probably don't remember this, but when you were a kid, I put those stitches in your knee when you fell off your father's shed playing, and I put the tube in your eye.
What tube?
The tube in your eye. When you were born, your tear duct didn't work, so your mother would spend every morning maybe 5 minutes just scraping away crust. So I developed a shunt of sorts. I popped that in there to open that sucker up. I took it out about a year later. How's that working for you?
I don't know.
Well, do you wake up with your eye crusted?
No.
Can you cry out of it?
I don't know. What kind of question is that?
That sounds to me like a raging success. Jackson. Jackson, do you know why I've stationed myself here?
Blake's paying you.
No, he's not, actually. I am here because everyone in our town is coming down with the same symptoms. Everyone in town has them. But I've observed they are the most prevalent in the employees here.
Mr. Blake says I can do the work of 3 people myself. I'm aware I can sort through it with both my hands and my foot all at the same time. I can do all 4, but I didn't have to stand on one. You think a sick person could do that?
I'm referring to how you and some of the boys,
What?
your bodies haven't developed into those of normal adults. I mean, how old are you now, Jackson?
20.
Well, you look like you're 12. It isn't normal.
It's normal around here.
That's my point. I'm sure it's a consequence of this environment, Jackson.
News to me.
Really? It's hard to believe after everything your mother was saying before she was... But Catherine was right.
Mrs. Sauer.
She was right about everything. You know, it's a shame that someone would take a good woman like that and label her hysterical so that she could be taken off to some private hospital in Long Island where they could put her in a padded cell and they could run electrical current through her and give her daily enemas, put the ice pick in the eye to turn the brain to mashed potatoes. I have often thought, Jackson, about what I would say to the person who put her away. Would you like to know what I would say? Oh, of course you don't. Of course you don't. But I am going to tell you, it takes a frightening amount of willful ignorance to not see that she was right. You'd have to be maniacally obsessed with your own delusions to think that a woman like that, a mother, would be so against the grain of her community as to tell a lie like that. I mean, you'd have to be fundamentally corrupted. You'd have to be fundamentally corrupted enough to, I don't know, maybe carve a hole in your chest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll cut the shit, boy! You think I haven't noticed that every single person here has the same mark above their
A
heart?
lot of people get hurt here, Doc. It's dangerous work. People get cut, scalded,
It's-
and it gets hot. We take our shirts off.
It's the same mark, it's the same place, it's on every single person. And I couldn't help but notice that one of you's taken the liberty of coloring that everywhere. I mean, it's on your bulletin boards and your chalkboards and your lavatories. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody's painted it huge in red right behind me. Ah! Look at that, a jagged red circle and a jagged red circle. Jackson, what is that supposed to symbolize? The hole in your heart? Oh, well, little Jackie Sallow grew up just like his father.
You watch your mouth!
Or what? I don't think the people of the town would take kindly to a strapping young man like yourself hitting a sick old man like myself, especially a sick old man who spent his life in service of the town.
Yeah, well, I don't think they'd look too kindly on a man using his position of doctor all his life to diddle half the kids in town.
What?
You heard me.
I did. I've never done anything like that.
Are you sure? Because the boys and I have been talking, you know, about how you still come around to see us, about how you come way out of your way just to inspect how small and frail we all are.
Do you think anyone's gonna believe
A lot of
that?
people work here, Doc. We grew up together. We look out for one another. And we all have the same scar from the same Civil War era trephis.
It's a traffic.
Whatever! You best be going now, Doc. Your work is done here. Good riddance. No one left the metal. None of the drama. None of the hysterics. No one prying. And no one asking me for favors. We just stick to our stuff. Go to work. Eat 3 meals. Take a good shit. Have a couple drinks. Hit the hay before it gets too late.
That's reliable. It's consistent. There are no surprises.
I'm getting real in with the zinc, you know. I'm working with it every day, handling it all the time. Something clicks in with me. I can go through it faster, more easily. I can work with my eyes closed. Sometimes I'm going through it so fast, it's like I lose time, you know?
I do.
It's like I'm not thinking about nothing, but somehow I'm kind of thinking about everything all at the same time. When we sort together, when we're all tossing rocks back and forth in the bins and all of it pretty much in the pitch blackness, it's like we're all part of the same thing for a little while. Engineered for efficiency, not a wasted motion, everything operating at full tilt, humming along.
Not just you.
No, all the boys, we talk about it. We try to hit it as much as possible because when we all hit that sweet spot together, ain't nothing like it. No words.
I know.
No, you don't. It's like there ain't no words. So we hum. We hum. We find the frequency which pings off the very walls, and when in those moments, special moments, Mary, moments most people's lucky to experience twice in a lifetime, the whole factory vibrates with us, to us.
Jackson. Jackson. Oh, Jackson, your little town is growing ever darker, boy. Crops don't grow. Babies don't grow. There is no hope. And with all your intelligence, all your expertise, you can only conclude the cause of all of this to be inconclusive. Businesses shutter. Lights stop lighting. People disappear. Your business is booming, but you sleep on the floor at night to soak up heat from the machines below.
Until recently, I had a job. I bartended. It was fine. I never once in my life, not for a single instant, ever desired to work in the service industry. I worked in it for 25 years. A quarter of a century. It gave me nothing other than a roof over my head and the flexibility to make things like this with Lucius, and great shame at my lack of accomplishments. But there were times You know, when I was putting together 250 drinks in an hour, organizing my work on the fly, measuring my movements to be as smooth and as efficient as possible, grabbing 2 ounces of vodka with my right hand, supervised with my left, shutting a door with my foot, where it felt like what I was born to do.
Have you all ever, anybody here, seen adult rage in a child? I did for the first time. I've seen it a few times since. I'm a teacher in Baltimore with a public school there. And, well, I guess technically not at a charter school. I was at a public school. That doesn't really matter too much for the story. The point here is that, yeah, there was a boy. He was 9 years old. And I was teaching a drama class. And the only way it seemed like he could achieve equilibrium with this other boy or just with anything was to fight this other kid, like really publicly in front of everyone. And I did what I thought I was supposed to do. Like I spoke calmly, and then I spoke a little less calmly, and then I physically intervened, and then I shouted, screamed, had to evacuate the room, call the principal, say, please send somebody. So the whole class is standing outside. It takes like 15 minutes for somebody to come. And I'm in the classroom with this kid, and he's screaming and crying, and he's looking at me, his tears running out of his eyes, and he's like, you want to lock me up? You want to send me to jail? You should call the cops. And I'm like, oh man, that is like the last thing in the world that I want, kid. But I'm also thinking at the same time, like, if that is what you want, you only need to wish. Now, you know, he's 9, so his choices are his to a certain extent, I guess, as are all of ours, but I know that that kid never had a choice, that he was fundamentally fated or fucked, depending on how you want to put it, from the very beginning.
I was there, right in the thick of it, right in the eye of the storm. I pulled the trap, insisted on it. Front row seat to watch that monster drop, and that sound. People always talk about that sound. So obsessed are they never talk about that thing's last gasp. But I know, because I was right there, that when the rope went, that thing flung its trunk high in the air and spat forth a dark cloud like a locomotive it was. Covered me, blinded my eyes, stained my teeth. My burns were still fresh then, and it felt like that black stuff just reignited me in a spirit. It was from that moment, that the sun was lost. Don't need no papers. Don't need to read no data from some who's it out east. No, I was there. Many of you were there too. Many of you were brought into this world on that day, at that very moment, born with the, dare I say it, the curse. Yes, the curse. And though some of our fellows make a choice to ignore the signs as clear as day, it does not negate the fact that IRVINVILLE is cursed. That thing blotted out the sky, sullied the water, salted the land, and is bringing us to our knees still. Every breath of its toxins that comes into us strengthens it. The sky may be lost. The water may be lost. The town may be lost, but we are not. We are here. We are IRVINVILLE.
Luke, thank goodness you're here. Drink that, it's just water.
Oh, it's a mid-stock. Hallways with no ends. Corridors springing from corridors, levels facing sub-basins. I went down at least 3 flights of stairs. I didn't dare get lost in there.
Did you deliver the
I
drugs?
hand-delivered them to Violet.
Violet Bailey?
She invited me into her apartment.
Apartment?
Not too shabby. Hardwood on the floor, dirt on the ceiling. She made me mushroom tea.
Mushrooms?
They had mushrooms growing everywhere. She had a bowl of them on her table, like a bowl of fruit. It wasn't bad.
They've got to be growing them in their own shit, Luke. What do they do?
Work. Everyone has something to do. Maintenance, upkeep, expansion. They're always expanding, cultivating mushrooms and truffles and some sort of jerky meat. And they have portraits.
Yes.
In every room, above every doorway, 2 framed portraits.
Of?
One of Mr. Blick.
Of course.
And one of
Yes.
me.
You?
Yeah.
Why?
I was about to ask Violet that. She's going on and on about the curse of Irvinville. I asked her if she believes in the curse, and then all of a sudden this bell rings, you know, like a school bell. I'm so jolted that I drop my teacup and it shatters into 3 big pieces. On the other side of the door, I hear chatter moving down the hallway, another language, maybe. I go to pick up the pieces, and Violet says, no. I think she means, no, don't pick up the pieces, but I look into her eyes, streaming tears of joy, and somehow I know she doesn't believe any of it. Come, she says, we must go now. And she takes my hand, and she drapes a big necklace over me and over herself. She opens the door, and we wind our way into the current of people, zoom down some hallways, down a couple flights of stairs, take a left, and end up in the largest room I've ever been in, full of people.
How many?
Too many.
How many?
1,000, maybe 2. They've all got hammers. I got one too somehow. Everywhere I turn, people are smiling at me, relieved to see me, it would seem, and up ahead, pounding, non-stop, like bullets. Violet starts guiding me forward. Everyone is all too quick to step aside. It's closer now. The pounding is so close, and then it stops altogether, and I see it.
See what?
I don't know. A statue, sculpture, piece of art, maybe? It's enormous, 15 meters at least. And though it bears no resemblance, Doc, they're calling it elephant. Elephant. It's covered in nails. Every surface covered. Nails, nailed into nails, and at the foot of it, Blick, smiling. He reaches into his gown, pulls out a shiny nail, and offers it to me.
And?
And one more to you. I went down there, I dropped off the supplies, I scouted it out. I'm not going back down there, no way.
I'm not asking you to go into no man's land or over nitroglycerin or
No,
something.
Doc, I won't.
Luke, I need more if I'm gonna help these totes.
I don't think they can be helped.
Well, I have to try. I can't just leave them there. You have to go back.
You do it.
If I could get within half a mile of the place, Luke, trust me, I would. I wouldn't ask somebody so temperamental. But listen, these people, Luke, they are sick. They are sick. They'll die down there without me. And all you have to do, all your little part in this is to go down there and to take some notes. And then you can go back to being collared by your wife for the rest of your life, if that's what you want.
I'm sorry.
Oh, but that's too much. Well, I'm sorry, Luke. I wouldn't want to inconvenience you. I just can't stand to watch my neighbors bury themselves alive.
But, Doc, I cannot go back down there.
See, that's bullshit. You're a coward. That's the problem, Luke. You're a coward.
Whoa, Doc, no.
Do not get away from me. Who needs someone like you? I would hate to be in debt to a person like you.
Nancy.
What?
Nothing. I hear him coming to the door. So I back off the porch into the mud. I got all the boys with me. Luke steps outside onto the porch, starts putting on his gas mask, but he stops when he sees us. Hi, Luke.
Leave the man alone.
Oh, we're not here for the pervert. You shouldn't be either.
Why, you want something?
We're here on behalf of Mr. Bartholomew Blick.
I'm not interested.
You will be.
You threatening me?
Threatening? No! We wanted to make it official.
What?
Luke Pendergrass, on behalf of Mr. Bartholomew Blick and the citizens of the soon-to-be incorporated city of Penderville, we would like to offer you the position of mayor.
Of Penderville?
That's right. It's your city. You saw it. You designed it. You should lead us into the future.
I don't understand. I just dug a couple of bunkers. I sank a mine shaft. I was...
Yes, and others have taken the concept and run with it. You saw it. Isn't it beautiful?
It's just a hole in the ground.
What?
I said it's just a hole in the ground, kid.
A hole with your name on it. A hole that will be the salvation of this city. Life up here stinks, Luke. You can't grow nothing. Water's sludge. You have to wear a damn gas mask to walk down the street, and there's not a damn thing we can do about it while we got that windbag mayor. Probably too late even if he wasn't around. So we're starting fresh, where we can control the climate, control who's allowed in and out, away from the darkening skies and the bad memories, the clown. And what better person to lead us into that future than the genius behind the construction of Pinderville and the hero of Irvinville, Bugface? What? You, Luke! You're a hero! You saved 53 people during the day of night, another 150 or so with your auxiliary attic when the mine collapsed, and when you think about it, you saved all of us when you opened the mine all those years ago. You breathed new life into
I
Irvin.
would not have done any of those things if Blick wasn't paying me a lot of money. And as for your hero of the day of night, he's in there.
No, not him, you. You did the carrying. You braved the dark. You pulled me from a frickin' drainage pipe. You remember? You found me and James here, passed down a friggin' ditch, slung us over your shoulder and carried us over a mile, you remember.
Right. Jackson, right?
That's right.
Oh, well, Jackson, all of you, I am honored that you have me for your mayor, but unfortunately I have to decline.
Decline? Why?
My wife, her mother's sick, so we're gonna go to be with her in her dying days. Now, my best dependent. Can you give my regards to Blick, too?
I can.
Good, good. Keep my gas mask.
Really?
Don't forget about me.
Oh, we never could. And he walked down the street, turning around to wave at us. We never saw him again.
I'm curious. Who do you think you are fooling?
What?
Again.
Again?
He pulled me from the drainage pipe. Go.
Go?
He pulled me from the drainage pipe. You say it.
You pulled me from a drainage pipe.
Keep going.
You remember? You found me and James here, passed out in a friggin' ditch, slung us over your shoulder and carried us over a mile. You remember.
Well, I'm glad you're all...
friends with Mr. Blick, too.
What?
He counts on me, you know, to get things done, special things. Just like you.
Blick is, he's an employer. He's a business associate. He's nothing more. He's no friend of mine. He's no friend of yours either.
That's...
Now, you are an employee, so you're as replaceable as a bulb.
You don't know the first thing about it.
No, I only know the first thing about it. You think Blick is your friend. When I was your age, they told me to go and fight in a war because they said it'd be honorable. Honorable, Christ, open your eyes.
What? My eyes are open.
I just, look, don't let anyone put you in a hole in the ground while you still have breath. Anyone who would do that to you is not a friend.
I'm not in the hole, I'm in the works.
Are you sure? Oh, I'm getting out of this town.
Well, what, now?
Yes, when they want you to be mayor of a trench city, I'd say it's time to go.
Well, you can't go.
Yes, I can.
No, hang on, I'm talking to you.
Look, get out of my
No,
way.
I told Mr. Blick that I'd bring you back with us. If I don't, he's gonna be furious.
I don't care. I'm going. You should too.
Look.
He doesn't care
Look,
either.
look.
Here. Don't do that.
You wanna leave. You wanna abandon us, fine. Just talk to Mr. Blick.
Get out of my way.
Look, if you abandon us now, what kind of hero are you?
I'm not a hero. No, don't do that.
You've kept him waiting long enough.
I'm gonna start walking. Don't be in my way. And then?
He spits on me as he passes.
No. He did not do that. But all your friends, they are glaring at you.
Yeah, they're pissed.
Yes, so you reach into your pocket and you pull out.
Treffy.
Yes, and holding it like a corkscrew, you plunge it into Luke's flank. He turns around.
His eyes are red.
And before you know
He's
it,
bearing down on me. He's got the trepidation still in his leg. He's bleeding all over me.
then he's at you. He's got his knee on your chest, his hand over your face, but you can see through his fingers. He makes sure of that.
He insists.
Yeah, and your friends.
They're not doing anything.
They're scared.
They are scared, but Luke, I've never seen him so calm.
Do you see this? Hey, you see this, don't you?
Yes?
Do you know what I've done to men more worthy and less deserving than you?
Can you possibly imagine? Do it. No, do it right now. Imagine. What do you see?
Collapsing, implosion, wood splintering, snapping, my face a grape bursting.
And now give me a reason why I shouldn't do it. His eyes lock into yours as he pulls the trephine from his leg. And now he spits on you. His spit is black and bloody. He drops the gas mask, walks down the street, and disappears into the dust. Not long later, Mayor Charles Winmer has finally got his print shop and museum open again, albeit it is much smaller now. He's hanging the first issue since the last fire. Outside, nearly the entire population of Irvinville is standing in two long lines, dressed in their Sunday best, and they've got suitcases and steamer trunks, whole families, and at the head is the newly returned Mervyn Burgess.
Mayor Charles Winmer, we, the people of the newly incorporated city of Underville, have a message for you.
Winmer exits his shop, running a rag through his inky fingers. The crowd, they gasp collectively in retreat at the sight of him.
Hold fast, hold, stay strong.
They regain their formation. There are some children who are sobbing. The crowd then raised its right hand.
We hereby renounce any loyalty, fealty, or allegiance we hold to the city of Irvinville.
I don't
And
understand.
as Winmer begins to cough, the people of Irvinville, begins to speak, the people of Underville begin to cough, drowning him out.
What is...
Again, coughing, silencing them completely until he gives up altogether.
Oh, Burgess he crosses over to Winmer's stoop.
Hey, Chuck. Long time. You know, it's nothing personal. But I can't help but take a little bit of pleasure in telling you that you ruined this once great town. Put that in your museum.
Merv. And everyone coughed again.
Lucius regains formation and with the point of his finger directs the people towards the zinc works.
Blick, he leads the processional, singing a sort of hymn that everybody hums along to, and Galoots follows along, kicking the occasional rock.
We wind our way down the streets and pour ourselves into the zinc works, putting ourselves on every catwalk, into every corner, into every space, safely distanced from the humming machines.
When you turn, the last thing you see is Winmer chasing after you, taking pictures as you pull the heavy iron door shut.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the first ever mayor of Underville, and on behalf of Vice Mayor Bartholomew Blick, it is my honor to say, welcome home.
Burgess punches a button and the funicular burps to life. The strings of lights adorning and illuminate the works with a golden glow.
In pairs, people gather their things and begin cramming themselves onto the platform.
Burgess, Blick, they shake the hand of every single person who gets on, the last of which...
Me.
Last but not least,
I
Jackson.
won't be joining you, sir.
What are you talking about?
Somebody's got to stay, watch the works, take care of the machines.
Yes, someone does need to, and James Bryant was chosen from the lottery.
Both know James ain't up for this, sir.
Jackson, I've got an immaculate little apartment set up for you down there right next to
I
mine.
didn't get Pendergrass. Bugface, Pendergrass, sir, I didn't get it.
Oh? Well, it's no matter. Merv was more than willing to heed the call.
I let you down, sir. I let you down in front of everyone.
It's no matter, Jackson. No matter.
But you said he was the only one you wanted.
Did I? Well, yes, he was, but Merv will be more than sufficient. Come.
No, I want to stay.
Oh, Jackson. Leave this humdrum work behind. You don't need it. You're better than it.
What could be better than being the one person maintaining the heart of Underville? I want this honor, sir. I'm proud to do it.
This is the cost.
Right. I can afford it.
How much? Of course, because you're strong. Stronger
stronger than everyone, than me, certainly.
You'll be fine. You've got everything.
Well, you don't deserve this, but you've earned it. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. I will dedicate the shaft, or perhaps the funicular, to you, yes? They'll send you mushrooms. I'll send you letters.
The funicular roars to life, and people start descending, waving and singing at me, blowing kisses until they're swallowed up by the darkness, leaving nothing. I didn't mind the hum and quiet of being in here all by myself. I liked the mushrooms well enough. I would save the letters and smell the paper and feel the bumps in the ink. I had work to do, things to keep clean. I polished Mr. Blick's desk every other day.
Until you couldn't.
It just started feeling foolish.
Well, that and you couldn't make it up the stairs.
There's too many. Maybe they've grown.
When you were a boy, you could be up there in under a minute.
I'm sorry, Mr. Blick. I think your carpet's good and
I
ruined.
think the whole place is good and
It's
ruined.
not my fault.
And yet, Jackson, it is everything you've ever wanted.
No?
Yes. If there was anyone alive in this town, they could look at you right now and they could say, Jackson, he showed us how to live.
I've done good.
Yes, you've protected.
Yes.
You've survived
Yes.
and thrived. You suffered,
have.
persevered.
Yes.
You're a hero.
You don't really believe that.
I do not. But you do.
Yes, I do. You think I wanted to be in here getting rust off old machines and smelling ore every day? You think I wanted to be in here day in, day out?
Didn't
You
you?
think I didn't have things I wanted to do?
Yes, that's exactly what I think.
Well, you're wrong. I had plenty I wanted to do.
What? Please, tell us right now, what great destiny did Jackson Saller sacrifice so he could pull the levers of Zinc? Tell us.
I don't remember.
Don't remember.
Oh. No, I can't remember. Mary, I can't remember. I wanted... No, it's gone. It's been gone. When did it go? It's been so long. It's covered up in dust. I can't find it, but I know. Somehow I know. I can feel it. It's there, but what?
It's rotted away.
I can't remember.
Rotted away.
The floods below, the leaks, the rats, the dust, the grime, the smell.
Gases inside like you.
What happens when men get old?
That's been happening since you were born.
I've kept as well as the machines. I'm greased and warm. Just give me the work. I can still do the work. Just give me the work. I can do it.
See, this is the problem with every single one of you, born with germs of rot inside your bodies, like the fly that lays eggs in the eyes, the worm that regrows when it breaks, the lizard that cuts off its tail to survive. What was I thinking? I thought that maybe you would see what you are, what I am, the lesson that you refuse to learn, the revolt that you refuse to take, the reflection you see in the glass you look through. Jackson, it's not the windows that are covered in resin, it's your eyes! It always has been.
Mary,
What?
Mary, I don't feel so well.
I know.
I don't think I can work
You
anymore.
take a break.
I didn't need to be so cruel. I made such an effort, it was stupid.
I've met worse.
Me too.
Do you think you have it in you to go on a walk with me?
I think so.
Outside?
Outside. Out there, why would you want to do
That
that?
might be fun.
Mary, there's nothing to see. Look out the window, it's damn near black.
The windows are covered in soot. They're just dirty.
No, I really don't.
Maybe the sun has come out.
What?
These machines, they've been idle for years. You haven't produced anything. Maybe the sun's come out.
The sun.
How about this? Let's open the door, take a peek out. If we don't see the sun, then we'll take our walk in the woods. Yes?
Okay.
Mary helps Jackson to his feet, and he shambles towards the heavy iron door. He struggles to spin the valve and then pull it open. They peer together through the threshold. Oh, shucks. I'm sorry, Jackson.
That's
Not quite
bright.
Oh, don't be snotty.
No, I mean it.
Let's go back.
It hasn't been this clear in, who knows how long. Oh, look, Mary, you're right. The window's just dirty.
Jackson walks right out of there. Mary has to hoof it to keep up with him. And together they walk in silence through the dilapidated town. They pass the Methuselah tree, long since dead, but still standing straight and disappearing into the clouds. They pass the IRVINVILLE History Museum. And through a broken window they see the fully clothed skeleton of a man sitting in a rocking chair, holding a sign that says, Charles G. Winmer, Mayor of IRVINVILLE, 1932 to...
They passed Dr. Vertondo, buried in the earth save for his head and his right arm, and next to him is a picture of his long-dead wife, an empty vial, an old medical device, and a small framed picture of him shaking hands with Luke Pendergrass.
They pass the gallows,
The Massey
they
Line,
pass the school,
City Hall.
and the baseball field.
Nicer than I remember.
Yes.
Do you see that, Mary?
Mm-hmm.
That used to be my house. Not much to look at now, might fall in any moment. And that shed.
Jackson walks towards the shed and the dried mud crunches under his feet. He reaches for the rusty padlock, still holding the whole thing together, and it comes off hinges and all. The shed shudders, but it holds firm. They peer into this cobweb space, and they see a limp punching bag hanging in the center of the room from a chain. Was your father a boxer?
No.
Well, what about these trophies?
I don't know. I don't really care.
A purple heart as well.
Really?
Hmm?
Huh. And almost absent-mindedly, Jackson balls his hand into a fist and gives the bag a jab.
The shed shudders and then collapses. Jackson, his heart is beating out of his chest, but he's okay. He pulls himself out of the debris and he reaches for the earth, which falls away in his hands.
Splintering out in all directions from the fall, the earth breaks open in zigzagging patterns.
Jackson watches as these rivets open widening trenches in the earth, and some of these there are a couple of inches across, but some of them are several feet deep, and every now and again they buckle and open into massive sinkholes.
A wrist runs from his fingertips towards the house, finds the foundation, and breaks away beneath it. The house leans a few degrees and then collapses altogether.
A collapsing of the house sends out fresh splinters like cracked glass.
Some cease of their own accord, others wind their way out of sight, somehow tunneling beneath the road.
A stop sign
A
leans.
house across the street keels over.
And then Jackson, he can no longer see it, but he can hear the opaque sound of dirt falling. There's a bang in the
He
distance.
pulls himself to his feet and looks down at this labyrinth of pads sprawled out all around,
And then Jackson hears a great thud.
which shakes the little earth left beneath them.
They look up and they see the tree suddenly sink with a wretched creak
It leans a few degrees.
and stops
And it plummets again at the base.
and leans again.
Until it begins to fall.
It falls for hours.
And it screams as it falls.
until it plummets into the earth.
And all around the tree, the earth breaks open.
In every direction, old, dilapidated houses, they turn upside down and they vanish into the earth like sinking ships, sending up geysers of dirt into this vibrating air.
Smokestacks from the works
The
crumble.
whole place folds in on
And
itself.
from the top of the felled tree, a man appears.
Ah, yes, he hears him first.
Yes, whooping and hollering, laughing crazily, throwing his hands up in jubilation. He zeroes in on Jackson and starts sprinting toward him, zooming around sinkholes, cartwheeling over trenches.
Jackson hears a coughing and a grunting. Behind him, in one of the craters, he turns and sees a boy
maybe 12 years old, nearly naked, with his eyes closed. He reaches into the earth and pulls out a second, smaller boy, this one desperately gasping for breath. They wipe the dirt from each other and open their eyes, which burn.
Are you okay?
They turn and squint at him, and Jackson sees the sun is out.
And the sky is blue.
And it hurts to look at.
But he looks
all
so
the
sad.
same. The children hiss something to each other and they vanish back underground.
Hey, wait!
But it is too late. They are gone and he can no longer stand. He collapses. And the ground collapses a foot all around him.
As the roots arise.
Yeehaw! Whoa! Did you see that? I mean, 1 second I was up there in the clouds, and now I'm down here like kaboom! Wow! Woo! Great sky, huh?
There's some kids down there.
Oh, there are down there?
Wow. There's a great sky, though.
It makes you wonder, what else in life are you missing?
They saw it.
Did they see
They
it?
saw it too. Where are
That's
they
something.
going?
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The tree falling must have cleared away the smog, but enjoy it while it lasts. Looks like it's already closing back in. Are you Jackson?
I am.
Wow. You got so old.
Who are you?
Goes.
Still. I don't think I can work anymore today.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. There's no work to be done here anyway. I'm not hiring. Hey. Hey. Oh. He's dead. In my head, this was a lot funnier. No. He could have done good if he had just known how. Yuck.
Galoots places a foot on Jackson's body, pushes him down, and the dungy earth swallows him up.
He watches as the smog finishes filling in the sky.
He takes one long look at the pockmarked landscape and begins walking into the woods.
Southwest towards the town of Merritt, where he takes the first train away from IRVINVILLE. And that is the end of our story. We thank you so much for being with us tonight.